Yo, this might be the most childish thing I've ever seen the Democrats do. And that is impressive because the list is long and distinguished. But honest to God, y'all, what they're planning to do to get Donald Trump for the State of the Union tonight is next level pathetic with a side dish of hypocrisy. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. This is, of course, the pre-show to the live stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're there. We're going to have the Democratic response. I'm going to be going through all of it, because this is what we have to do. And we're at this point in our nation. Save it by just showing you what they say. Okay. You can follow me on X at Braden LOA. And of course, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Guys, you cannot make this stuff up. Pathetic does not even begin to describe what these people are doing. These are existing, sitting Democratic representatives. This is Jim McGovern. This guy is a anti-Trump Massachusetts. Anything that I can do to destroy Donald Trump, MAGA, anything, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be performative. I'm going to be me. This is what I'm going to do. This guy, along with some other things I'm going to show you, it's just pathetic. It is childish, it's immature, and it's pathetic. All right, listen to this. This is a sitting representative of the United States House of Representatives.
People have asked whether or not I'm going to attend the State of the Union address. I'd rather stick needles in my eyeballs. This man is a pathological liar, and I'm not going to dignify this speech by sitting there after he tells one lie after another. These are not normal times. This is not business as usual, but I will be there to call it his bullshit on social media, so stay tuned.
So you're going to slink away into the shadows, and you're going to be a snarky little baby back bee sitting in the internet watching and doing little snarky gotcha comments while you're on your X profile, because you're not going to do what you're a paid House representative to do. Sit there and represent the people in your district because you're too pure to hear his lies consistently. Yeah. Y'all, this is the Democrats. This is the Democrat Party, and this is what I want to hit really hard. This is really important before I show you the other thing that they're doing. It reeks of desperation for attention. It reeks of pathetic. It is immature, and it is childish. Okay. This is the whole point. The Democratic platform right now to regain power and save their dignity of the nation and reclaim somehow some semblance of power is not to put forth a policy idea. It's not to put forth a vision for the future. It's just there to say, I hate Donald Trump. I hate Donald Trump so much that I'm not going to do what my constitutional requirement is to sit there as part of the seat of our government and listen to the president, the head of our government. You cannot like him all you want. That doesn't mean you don't get to go there and be part of the State of the Union. Now, you are completely free to do whatever you want. But this little virtue signal, I'm going to be cool, I'm going to sit in the back like a baby back bee high school girl and just tweet back at you and clap back, and I'm going to show you and resist tyranny. Grow up. Okay. Now let's get to the other part, because this is the Democrats. This is what they think is the, ooh, we're going to get them. All right. This is on MS Now, prior MSNBC. MS Now, after the rebrand, because no one watched them, this is what they're putting out there as the same types of people of No Kings Rally, and just watch. It's so pathetic.
There's some counter programming, if you will, happening that you are part of. There's a State of the Swamp. There's a rally on the mall. Talk about some of the counter programming and why you will not be in the chamber. You are not trying to attend the meeting, but y'all are on the outside bringing people together.
As I am sitting here, my phone is buzzing in my pocket, and I kid you not, when I was sitting in the green room, Democratic members of Congress every 15 minutes are texting and emailing to join our event. Anyone can watch it free online at defiance.org. This is going to be a massive rebuttal to the State of the Union. And I agree with you, Michael, that this is not a moment for Democrats to be good little boys and good little girls and sit there on the House floor and fold their hands over and be nice and quiet and listen to the president. We keep hearing, you know, let the president have his opportunity to speak freely. The man who is torching the first 10 amendments to the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the man who is trying to suppress our freedom of speech, we're supposed to sit there and respect his opportunity to speak to us? No. So we decided to host this event.
See that? If you say something that we don't agree with on the Democratic left in the American population or the American political system, we're just going to, you don't get free speech. We're just going to cancel you out. Does that sound very familiar? You know, like cases and trends of what they've done over the last 4, 5, 6, 10 years. If we don't like your speech, we're going to cancel you. If you say something that's uncomfortable, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you are a insert ist here. Almost like there's a consistent theme on the Democratic left and the American political system to cancel out speech they don't like because their ideas suck. Also, the exact same people that you're seeing here in these virtue signals about how many Democrat politicians are going to be at their event, somehow flexing like that's a big thing. The same people a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, were making fun of Turning Point USA because they had a counter halftime show. Right, that was insane, and that was stupid, and that was idiotic, and that was hilarious. But now they're doing a counter State of the Union show, and that's the big thing to be lauded, and that's incredible. These people are hypocrites. They don't care about free speech unless it's theirs. They don't care about any of those Bill of Rights amendments, except the ones that they prefer, right? Speaking truth to power and doing all these different things. They don't like that Second Amendment one. They sure trample on that Fourth Amendment one when they go straight up down the red flag laws on the Second Amendment. So they infringe the Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. They sure seem to pick and choose which ones they care about. But you know what? We've got to stand up to Donald Trump. We're going to stick needles in our eyes rather than be in the room. Guys, they're children. They are actively children. And I'm going to do my best to completely and totally dismantle all of their propaganda because they are children. Anyway, here we go. Here's the rest of this.
To speak before Donald Trump, to speak during Donald Trump, to speak after Donald Trump. We will rebut, and rebut again his State of the Union remarks. And guess what? I've got news for Donald Trump. With how many Democrats I am seeing on these phone messages are defecting from the chamber, I am now confident at the National Press Club at the Defiance.org event, we will have more people at that rebuttal than Donald Trump will have in front of him on the House floor. Guess what, Donald Trump? My crowd size is bigger than your crowd size.
See, this is the whole thing. And guys, you have to understand, this is their childish mindset. You're going to have more people at yours than his. Okay, I dare you to do that on an open event or any type of rally out there in the population, not a closed chamber where only Congress and the Senate, the House and the Senate is invited in. So you have a fixed number control of people who are in that room, and you have an open to the public room over here, and yeah, you're going to have more people. Congratulations. You tied the guy who beat your ass's hands behind his back with a false ceiling number, and then you opened yours up to an entire population, and you're going to sit there and just kick him while he's got his hands tied behind his back and claim you're the victor. You guys really are beat up in high school, aren't you? All right, let's just keep on going, because these people just suck. God, they just suck. Here's Speaker Johnson talk about the same thing. I'm not even putting gloves on anymore. They're off.
Meanwhile, are going to host, count them, 5 separate counter events, rallies of some sort, they call them, in lieu of tonight's address. For all of these theatrics, it doesn't matter how many little gatherings they have or where they stand or how high the volume is on the microphones. They have nothing to offer, nothing but their TDS agenda, the Trump Derangement Syndrome, and it's on full display. All they can say, all they can tell you about is how they oppose President Trump and thwart his agenda and shut down the government and protest everything from the president's joint address to basic immigration enforcement. And they obstruct any meaningful progress for the sake of obstruction. It's the same tired playbook that they've run for a decade now. It's shameful that they would boycott an address. We don't do that. Republicans don't do that. It doesn't matter if there's a president from the opposing party. We don't skip out. Our constituents want and need us to be here. Every member of this House represents over 750,000 people. They're disenfranchised if you're not sitting in the seat to be a part of the role and the responsibility of Congress. I think it's
okay, and this is the whole point. This is the entire premise, and this is what I'm going to consistently and continually do all the way from now to the midterms, now to the presidential, and then I'm going to do it all over again because we're going to save the country and leave it better for the next generation because these people are absolutely wildly out of touch. I'm talking about the Democrats, not Mike Johnson. Now, what we're dealing with is exactly what he said and exactly what I said. With the Trump Derangement Syndrome, it's complete and total opposition. It's anybody who will stand up to Trump because he kicked us in the face so hard that we're still mad about it. It doesn't matter about anything. It's all about standing up to Trump. You're not going to pay traffic air controllers. You're not going to pay TSA agents. You'll shut down the entire government. It doesn't matter. Everything is worth the outcome. It is all worth the ends justify the means. That's the whole point. If you don't have freedom of speech, well, that's unfortunate. But you know what? For the greater good of the country, we can't let you speak. It's the whole thing. This is why Donald Trump won. This is why the Republicans have power. This is why you have zero credibility on the media front. Only reason I even use them is because they highlight the stupidity. But this is the entire thing in a nutshell, right here. Governor Abigail Spanberger and Senator Alex Padilla will deliver the Democratic response to Trump's State of the Union address, and I'll be right here to show you how dumb that's going to be, along with some of the other things they're going to try to send out from their little gatherings, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.